Hey everybody, good evening.
Hi everybody.
Welcome to the Majors Live episode 295. Dorf was commenting on how much he loved
The rhyme.
how
Majors
that
Live 295.
how that just rolled off the tongue. But anyways,
Majors Live 295.
it's awful.
Yeah, that is really bad. Oh, jeez.
You sound like
Majors Live.
you sound like
295.
no. So he's got to go to
The one
Bane
thing
now.
the one fake voice I'm good at.
Anyways, welcome everybody. Majors Live 295 here on TMSNX Radio, the Majors.net, also on what are we on? YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Periscope, Mixler. Check us out all over. We're here.
We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
And
so
on Patreon.
And Patreon. You'll see that support us on Patreon thing there at the bottom. So there we go. Support
Adam
us.
trying to figure out the camera mirror.
Yep. Support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/the majors. Right there.
This is pretty hilarious.
See? There we go.
Right there.
He's
Yeah. Put your hand over it, Dorf,
put your hand over it, like, there you go.
so you can see the white text there a little bit better.
Yes, give you a more firm background. There you go.
There we go. That's how we're gonna do the rest of the show tonight. Is with Dorf's hand in front of the camera. Just so you can see the Patreon address down there. Go to Patreon.
Just in case you don't get annoyed enough to leave, here you go.
Go and read. Go to the Patreon, patreon.com/the majors. Look and see, some of the different stuff that we offer there, and give us your money. That's it. That's all you have to do.
He's not even asking nicely. We still haven't cut that dub of Stewie and Brian.
Oh, yeah.
Give me your money. Bitch, where's my money?
Where's my money? Where's my money?
You have enough money to buy fake mustaches.
You had till 5 o'clock here.
You've got till 5 o'clock. You've got till 5 o'clock. Clean yourself up. But anyway.
Still haven't done that yet.
Yeah, I got to get on that. You know what? I usually my free day out here is Thursday, so maybe I'll cut it then.
Get on it, man.
Yeah. We'll see, though. We'll see. Anyways, though. Our fan question tonight, head on over to... where's my phone? Head over to our Twitter account, twitter.com/TMSNX Radio, because we have the poll up there. James Harden or Steph Curry, who deserves their big money contract more? Currently, right now, let me see if I can bring this up here. I believe last time I checked, James Harden was winning. Yep, James Harden is winning 69% of the vote to 31%. Don't know why. We'll get to that later. So yeah, go cast your vote. We still have it up. It's up for a long time still. I believe, what do we have? 17
hours to go.
Yep, 17 hours, 47 minutes left in the vote there, so make sure you go and vote on that. But we're going to go ahead and get to the headlines tonight, starting off with Chris Bosh pens a open letter to Miami after the Heat fucked him over in the final stretch of his time with that team. Chris Bosh, is he going to retire? Is he retiring, or is he...
I have a feeling if
because the guy had
Heat are going to fail his physical and not allow him to play, I don't think anybody else will either.
Yeah, I mean, what do you have, like blood clots in his lungs and
Yeah.
and shit like that? Yeah,
I think it's time for him to...
That's what he said, yeah. It is what he said via the Miami Herald. My wife and kids have been so strong for me in moments when I was not. Bosh writes, my wife picked me up off the ground more times than you know, and I'm thankful to have such a great support system. She's a lot like you, Miami. Nice and mellow with that special touch of Latin passionate fire. Ooh! Latin touch, passionate fire? Shawn, I'll talk to you later. He goes on, we went through life together, Miami. He writes, you showed me how to stay strong and push through the toughest moments. And although I didn't like it, it made the difference in the long run. It made me a better man, the person I am today. Thank you. Bosh also mentioned his newfound Spanish skills, learning how to order a cafe I don't know my Spanish very well. I can't. I'm not
You
good
are
at
the,
Wait,
you are the
wait,
resident Hispanic, man.
wait.
We're gonna go on.
What?
We're gonna go.
What?
We're gonna go on to the next one because I don't want to embarrass
You
myself.
are a resident Hispanic, man. Come on.
I don't want to embarrass myself like
Your last name is Hernandez.
I know.
Or is it?
Café
Maybe he
con
just did that because he
leche
can't
o
pronounce
Your
ropa.
last name being Hernandez is fake news. Is that what you're telling us?
Café con leche o ropa vieja con calle ocho
Sure.
has become natural to me. That's amazing. Café con leche o ropa vieja con calle ocho. See, I didn't have a accent when I was taking Spanish. That's why I got a C and a D in Spanish 1 and in Spanish 2.
You didn't roll your R's hard enough.
I can't roll my R's. I cannot roll my R's. My wife can roll her R's.
Who's not Hispanic in the slightest.
No, she's like French and French.
She's super French.
Yeah, but I think they roll your R's in the French language, do they? They don't? No? I thought they do. Anyways. But yeah, I can't roll my R's, and it feels like when I go ahead and I give my Spanish accent, it feels like I'm making fun of Spanish people when I try that Spanish accent. I will sit here and talk like
Como estás?
You sound Arabic right now.
no man, I talk like it feels like I sound like Cheech and Chong.
Oh, now you got a little bit better at the end right there. And the funny thing is, if you talk like that all the time, people would expect it anyways.
You're an embarrassment to your people.
No. Yeah, then I break out my regular voice, my nasally northern,
Midwestern.
yeah, Midwestern.
Midwestern accent.
But hey, man, I could talk like this all the time, and I say,
You just gotta say Holmes all the time.
I say, learning.
Holmes.
I said we went through life together in Miami, man. He showed me how to stay strong and push through in the toughest moments. And although I didn't like it, it made the difference in the long run.
Before we have protests
It
outside.
made me a better man. The person I am today.
Raza is assembling and is rolling down your block.
Gracias. Hey, I can do it.
Yeah, you can do
I
it.
can
We
do it.
can't.
Yeah. You guys do that, I am shutting the show down, and you guys are leaving the premises.
We're fired. You gonna Donald Trump us? You're fired. You gonna build a wall around your house? Around the studio?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh gosh,
Well, he did put bricks up on the one wall behind him.
That's right.
it's the beginning.
What else do we have here? The Rockets and James Harden agreed to the largest contract extension in NBA history.
Got paid
What is it again? What is James Harden getting?
$573,323 per game.
You know what? I'll save any comment I have on that when we get to the fan question later. Lonzo Ball records a triple-double in the Lakers Summer League loss last night. This is coming off a horrendous
2 for 15 shooting,
opener
including
against
1 for 11
Summer
for
League
3.
opener. Yeah, wasn't good. His dad LeVar came out and said that was his worst game ever. But we're gonna get to LeVar Ball here in a little bit. Lonzo Ball.
Do you know what LeVar said this week?
What do you say?
He's going to pass Magic for best guard of all time. Lonzo was going to pass Magic for best guard of all time.
Hey, that's his dad setting him up for failure.
Yep.
But Lonzo Ball with a nice recovery there, and then Wayne Rooney returns to his boyhood club of Everton after 13 years with Manchester United. That comes via the New York Times, so go ahead and check that out.
2-year deal.
Yep, 2-year deal for Wayne Rooney. Who, again, if nobody's familiar with world football here or soccer, whatever it is you want to call it, Wayne Rooney is English soccer. There's Wayne Rooney essentially right now, and everybody else. Now, you can make the argument. Okay, who's better, David Beckham or is it Wayne Rooney? Probably Wayne Rooney.
Beckham had a better international brand.
Yes, but Wayne Rooney, as far as
is currently was and still overall when you judge their careers is a better player.
Exactly. Anyways, those are the headlines to start off the show tonight. Let's go ahead and get into, because I know this is something that we've talked about before. We've talked about it on the Sandlot Report. I believe we've talked about it on this show. And that is baseball. The game of baseball. What could make baseball great again? And I know we've also kind of beaten that headline to death here. But you know what? It
make blank great again.
It fits. It fits with this right now, because I know one of the topics that we've talked about before on the Sandlot Report, you guys, was the rut that baseball is seemingly in when it comes to African American players going and making that jump to baseball, playing baseball,
getting neutered.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's not there. Black players in this country are not taking up baseball anymore. I mean, we're at an all-time, I believe, low when it comes to African Americans playing baseball. And
although, did you see, I think it was actually the first time that this last draft that a African American players met back-to-back number 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was it?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Maybe they're starting to take note a little bit, but anyways, and a lot of that had to do maybe because baseball wasn't appealing to a younger generation anymore. They weren't appealing to a crowd other than white people in this country.
Mm-hmm. White people over the age of 50.
Exactly. And we saw another instance too of this in the World Baseball Classic. When was it Puerto Rico? When Puerto Rico had a certain thing about them, they like to celebrate. They like to go out there and have fun. Mm-hmm. They were sitting there, essentially celebrating everything. A player
having fun.
Yeah, out there having fun. A player makes a good hit, they're cheering. They win a game, they're going out there like it's they just won a playoff game. And I guess essentially they kind of did. The World Baseball Classic at some point.
Since there's no baseball in the Olympics anymore.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's coming back though.
Yes.
But, they're going out there, they're playing for their country, they're having a good time, and I think people could kind of say that, there's baseball in the United States, and then there's baseball in those Latin American countries. It seems like there's a different feel to it. There's a different feel that you get when you're looking at the crowd. Hell, you can even kind of see that in Japan, mm-hmm. or Korea. I mean, look at the bat flips that they do in Korea.
Some of those are ridiculous.
Awesome. They're amazing. You get a different feel when you're out there. The crowd is more into it. The crowd is having more fun. And in some sense, I mean, if you want to go back to the whole soccer, world football thing too, I mean, you see football played here in the MLS as opposed to going and looking at La Liga or, the Premier League or, what is it? What's the Italian league? Series A?
Serie A, yeah.
Yeah, so, again, it's a different atmosphere. And you look at baseball in this country, and baseball is obviously, it's quote-unquote America's pastime. But again, it does seem like there's a rut, because going back to the whole World Baseball Classic thing, Ian Kinsler made that infamous, series of comments saying that, we were brought up differently here. We play the game differently.
We respect the game.
Yeah, we respect the game. And you see with fans all the time, when you have a guy like Fernando Rodney out there sitting there, tilting his cap, or you have the guys that aren't bending their brims a certain way. Some people have a problem with that. And who are the people that usually have a problem with that? Old white guys. Those are the ones that have a problem with the busted cap or the flat brims or guys celebrating runs and
the bat flip, the Fernando Rodney save celebration.
Exactly. And
stuff like that.
And to me, that it's baseball doesn't need to appeal to the diehards, and they don't need to appeal to the mass 50 or older white crowd anymore. Baseball needs to appeal to a younger generation. And Bleacher Report went on, and they asked who was this led by?
They kick it to...
Oh, shut up. They're stupid. Let me go ahead and mute my computer here so I have their stupid
ads.
Yeah.
You don't get ad space on this podcast for free.
But they went and talked about, to a guy like Ken Griffey Jr., who I think, brought a different... He brought a swagger to the game of baseball, something that I don't think we've seen since. Ken Griffey with the backwards hat, going out there and, flashing the glove. in center field. And I think we all can, sit there and picture Ken Griffey Jr. hitting a home run, a no-doubter, in that strut out of the batter's box. We've all done it before, once, at least once, when we've been hitting. I can't hit home runs, but I'm sure maybe you guys did. Jack a ball into the outfield and just sit there and strut off the away from home plate. I mean, we don't see that a whole lot anymore. And if something like that happens, then the other team gets all pissy and they might get some high heat at their next time up. And it's shit like that is really kind of turned things off too. But they go and they ask a bunch of let me see if I can get to some of these questions here. They ask a bunch of, they go through here and 3 easy things baseball can do right now before the NBA eats it alive. They say 1, embrace the handshake, LeBron style, which I don't know. I think they kind of already do that, right? Mm-hmm. I think
it's just not really out in public.
Yeah, you see a lot of that in the dugouts for sure.
Embrace the fearless fireballing closer WWE style.
You see how closers come into games in Japan?
In the car.
How do they do
bullpen
it?
cars.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's like a legit car. It's like a convertible Mazda or something like that.
No, I kind of agree with him here. I want to see like the Goldberg entrance out of the bullpen. You know what I'm talking about, Shawn? With the smoke, and then the fireworks, and then the punching in the fists and everything. Or and I know people around here too kind of get on Papa Grande, Jose Valverde.
When you spit,
but the spit thing and kind of slamming the water bottle down.
What about remember when Phil Koch used to sprint hard as he can?
I love that. I love that sort of shit. I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun.
Didn't Brian Wilson used to have something crazy? I can't remember it.
Brian Wilson used to have the axe.
Yeah.
After every close, which I think was a religious thing. I think it was a Christian thing that he did.
Was it?
I think so, yeah.
Brian Wilson does not strike me as a deeply religious man.
I think that's what it was.
I'll look that up.
Yeah. And then embrace Latin culture. That's what they say. On opening day, of the 868 players in MLB 25-man rosters and inactive list, 218 were natives of Latin American countries. That's a full 25%, and the numbers and influence are growing. But let's not forget the numbers and look at just how much fun players from the Dominican Republic, Venezuela, Cuba, Puerto Rico, and Mexico are having, along with world-class pitching.
Okay, never mind. You're right.
Hitting and fielding skills. These players bring real emotion to the sport. My goodness, they even do so during the games. Of those antics, the old school says, act like you've been there, son, and do not dare do anything to besmirch the grand old game. New school says, let's throw away some unwritten rules, embrace the game's melting pot of cultures, and celebrate personalities like it's the World Baseball Classic. I couldn't agree more. They go through 4 rule changes fans would actually enjoy: extra innings with a man-on-second, home run derby tiebreaker. I'm not all about the home run derby tiebreaker. I'm not all about having a single person determine a team-driven sport. If they want to start a guy on second base, didn't they try that before somewhere?
They started doing that this year in the minors. I want to say they tried that out, but I don't know. Obviously, it didn't really succeed.
30-second replay reviews and 20-second pitch clock, and then no pitch, intentional walk, 3 pickoffs allowed. So, let's see. The DH in the National League, get off the mound, free card. That was another one they say. 3 ways to take the best of baseball culture and put it on steroids. Make the bat flip the new end zone dance. Ban the wave and give the entire section $5,000 for the best cheer signs. I don't know how owners would feel about that one, especially with the rising costs in player salaries. So that may not be the best option. Put nicknames on the backs of jerseys. I'm not all for that.
No,
I think that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And the 3 things that are putting out there, these are stupid. Trapdoor on the mound, no. Or at least bring back bullpen carts. I can do that. If they want to do that in Japan, since you guys said they do that in Japan, I see there's a video up there. That's fine. And just juice the damn ball already. I don't know about that, but Dorf has an old article that you can go and search for on our website about...
just make steroids legal again already.
Yep, make steroids legal again. But anyways, and a real hunt for October. Think March Madness with the World Series at the end. 8 teams, single elimination with every contest having a Game 7 atmosphere. Want to make things even more riveting? Stick another trade deadline at the end of September and watch rumors fly across social media as general managers sweat and every team races towards the finish line. Well, they kind of do. I mean, they have the waiver deadline too. So I don't know about that. What do you guys? It's kind of interesting. I know we're going to kind of throw our own out there too, but that one strikes me as something too, because seasons are already long to begin with, especially in baseball. When we're getting towards the end of October, baseball is still going on, and we're having to deal with rain, snow, sleet, cold weather. I know some of that makes for the whole atmosphere of playoff baseball, but how would you guys feel about single elimination games there at the end in the playoffs?
Because you have a 162 game season, I think it's really hard to distill your entire season down to 27 outs.
Okay.
Or 54 outs. I don't think that's incredibly fair when it's 6 months of playing 28 days a month. It's exciting, but at the same time, from a just an overall healthier league and players' perspective, it's kind of bullshit.
What about making it a? What did you say? Best of 3?
Sure.
How's that sound, Shawn? Best of 3? Are you good with? Are you good with single elimination?
I think a best of 3 would be better.
Okay.
I like the single game wildcard game, but
That's cool.
But one game.
Yeah, I'm like, it's one
It's
game.
a little harsh.
Because they both played that good to get to that spot. It should be like you said, maybe a 3-game series. Because both those teams were that good to make the playoffs. They both made it as a wild card team. So why don't you guys play the best of 3 to determine who the wild card team is?
Would you guys be cool with opening up a couple more playoff spots?
Maybe.
I think it kind of I still think I would guarantee the division winner at least a 5-game series.
Okay.
But if we want to open up I wouldn't take the bottom 2 teams from each division. But if you want to do something like that'd be 6 wild cards. I don't know how you would do that. 6 wild cards to get down to 1 single game elimination. I think that would be fun. Keep more teams interested in the deadline.
What about
which would also kill hot stove season?
Yeah.
And everybody's got a shot.
What about some of your guys' ideas that you guys? I mean, you guys are baseball guys. I mean, and keep in mind, we're not. Baseball shouldn't be trying to market their game to you. They should be marketing the game to because you guys
who aren't already fans.
Yes, you guys.
We ain't going anywhere.
Yeah. Shawn and Dorf aren't going to stop watching baseball games.
Stop marketing to me. You don't need to.
No. And you guys are white too, so you guys are already born to begin with.
Touche.
What do you guys propose? So I got mine. I think mine is the big one. And you guys probably have the same, and they already mentioned it too. But I'll go ahead.
At the same time, you look at why other sports leagues outside of the NHL have had increased success lately. They've started embracing, let's call it hip-hop and Latin culture, which is more about glorifying the individual over glorifying the team. The reason the NFL is the money printing machine that it is, and the reason the NBA is a money printing machine the way it is because they embrace the stars. Outside of Mike Trout, who is about as boring of a marketable star that you can find, who is the face of Major League Baseball right now?
I don't think they have one. I really don't.
Shawn, to you, who is the face of Major League, the marketing face of Major League Baseball right now?
Bryce Harper?
The face of it right now? Yeah, it's Bryce Harper, for sure, I think. Or G. Carlin Stanton.
You know what those guys both are?
Long ball hitters.
Boring. Bryce Harper will give you a spicy quote every once in a while, but guess what? Guess who doesn't read spicy quotes?
White people.
People trying. You know, the people.
Wait, no, white people do. Sorry.
The people you're trying to court don't read spicy quotes.
They watch shit happening on the field.
Yeah.
They need somebody who's
They
more.
need someone who's
They need somebody
spicy.
who like spicy, like back in the day, like when Brian Wilson was coming up, and they're all crazy guy out there, like
problem
John
is
Rocker.
he's a-
Something crazy that happens on the field.
I wouldn't do John Rocker.
No, I'm just saying example. I'm just saying somebody
Raging
crazy.
racist.
I'm just saying really crazy, not being racist and all that stuff. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
he's just
hold,
crazy.
hold your hoses, Escoda.
I wasn't calling the racist part.
Look, the antique show yesterday maybe rubbed off on you a little bit. I want to see John Rocker back.
I still couldn't
The
believe
only
I saw
problem
that
with
stuff.
about you could argue some of the more exciting players in recent memory, like when Yasiel Puig blew on, burst onto the stage. Now he's fallen off since. Absolutely, he's fallen off since. The only problem is, he plays for a West Coast team. Guess what everybody's doing? Who's not on the West Coast when West Coast teams are playing baseball 5 out of 7 nights a week? They're sleeping.
Yep. And the thing
Guess
is,
what people don't watch anymore to catch up on highlights from those kind of guys to fall in love with them? Sports Center.
and look what the Yankees
What
do.
does Sports Center not broadcast anymore? Highlights.
I mean, look what the Yankees do too. I mean, you can't even have facial hair on the Yankees. The Yankees is still very much a
They made Clint Frazier cut his hair.
yeah. They're
Bullshit.
they're still very much an old man, old school organization.
Yeah, they won't even put names on the back. Names of tradition.
Yeah, you won't even put names in.
Guess what young hip culture doesn't care about? Tradition.
They don't care about
It's about
tradition,
making
yeah.
your own way.
Yeah. That's isn't that kind of counterproductive to
Growing the game.
growing the
Absolutely.
game and marketing your players too?
I am totally not in favor of the whole nicknames on the back of the jersey thing. I think that turns
No, I think
you,
that's-
that
I think
turns you
that's
XFL very quickly.
Exactly. I think
Then
that's
you'll end up
stupid.
with "He hate me."
And who is he hate me, you guys?
That's all I know.
Does anybody know who the actual
know who
guy
the guy
he
is?
got me is? I don't know either. It's an afterthought. Nobody fucking cares anymore.
It's just a throwaway one-liner of a joke.
Exactly. Now, if you want to have a weekend where they have fun with it,
Oh, they're doing that.
yeah,
They're doing that this year.
yeah, and that's
Where
fine.
they can wear an off-color cleat, and they can wear their own, put the nickname on the back of the jersey. They're doing that for a weekend.
But you know what? Do something where, especially with a team like the Yankees. I mean, you're the most covered team.
Outside of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, how many people out on the West Coast really know who Aaron Judge is?
Probably
Only the seam heads.
Yep. Not a lot of people do. And Aaron Judge right now just did something that
He has a Yankees rookie record for
Yep.
home runs, and he broke Joe DiMaggio's Yankee rookie record.
yep.
Guess what? The All-Star game's Tuesday.
So he's going to be hitting more,
Yes.
especially in the second half when the
Way
Yankees.
more.
And sure, it helps he's playing in Yankee Stadium, which is a
Bandbox.
bandbox, but still, he still did it. He did it, and it's unfortunate because I don't think the Yankees and the Major League Baseball are properly marketing this guy. Can this guy be another face of baseball? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what? Baseball is still all about tradition.
And at the same time, you look at comments from a guy like Adam Jones, who essentially, anytime there's been a political controversy, is followed up with, well, we'd love to speak out, but we know what happens to players like us when that happens. We disappear. They don't need us. Do you think of lots of, let's call it, fringe star talent? Not to say Adam Jones is fringe star talent, but fringe talent, fringe star talent that happens to be either of minority status in this country. Are they afraid to try and market themselves as a, are they afraid to go LeVar Ball and have Big Baller Brand or something to that effect, not quite to that extreme, to market themselves individually and therefore grow their impact on the publicity of the game and the game as a whole?
You might. I mean, look what happened to Adam Jones in Boston.
Yeah.
I mean, people were sitting there throwing racial slurs out at him. I mean, that's. I mean, do you see that kind of shit happening in the NBA?
You don't hear about it.
You don't hear about it.
I mean, LeBron James bitches about something like that about once a year.
But
he gets the guys ejected out of the stadium. It's not put up with.
No. And I mean, what happened? I mean, what happens to Adam Jones? I mean, did they do anything to the people that did it? Did they like kick him out for the night?
I don't know that they found him.
I don't know if they found him, but I'm sure they'll be able to go.
Did Boston do anything about it?
I don't know.
I don't think they did.
I don't know. But it's, I think to your point, Dorf. I don't think you can.
And you have another perfect example of a star that the MLB should be marketing the shit out of. Manny Machado. Yeah, he's a dick.
Oh, he's a total dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? He's a very marketable dickhead.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he not on every TV commercial? Nope. Mike Trout, Bryce Harper. That's all you see.
Mm-hmm.
We're both great players, but...
Oh, no, they are.
Mm-hmm. But
if your whole goal in marketing is to grow your audience, you need to show some people, your target demographic in this case, unfortunately, as shallow as this sounds, you have to show somebody that looks like them.
You need what? I guess at the same time, you need to market Adam Jones to get to get African American kids back into
Adam
baseball.
Jones.
You missed the boat. You missed the boat with what's his face, McCutcheon in Pittsburgh.
Yes, he's done.
You missed the boat with that. You had a golden opportunity to market Andrew McCutcheon and try to get more African American players on with that because Andrew McCutcheon was a really good player.
Very good for 7 or 8 years.
He's actually having a good season this year right now.
Don't go too far there.
He's batting almost 300, and he has like 16 home runs and like 50 RBIs.
For a bad baseball team in Pittsburgh, it's pretty, puts him like 50th in the AL in homers and.
But he's having a good season.
But anyways, they had a better opportunity to do it before.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not going to be able to sit there and ride one season marketing Andrew McCutcheon.
No, yeah, he's like in his early 30s now.
It's too late for McCutcheon.
But Manny Machado, marketing to the young Hispanic crowd, trying to get them back in it, and making your games more like that. I mean, if I was the MLS too, if you want to look at a different sport, I'd be looking to make my games like they have it in Europe. That's how I would want my games to be.
So you want soccer hooligan culture coming over here?
Minus the racism. I was getting there.
Oh, I'm not talking about the racism part, like the let's get drunk and fight each other outside the stadium after the game.
But the fun, the chants, the cheering, and everything during the games. I mean, how we have it here in Detroit with the with Detroit City FC, and what do they call themselves? The Northern Guard, and the way that they do things with the flags and the smoke bombs in the stadium. Okay, that might be taking it a little too far, but you get where I'm going here.
As long as you don't fire M80s at the opponent's goalie, I'm pretty sure.
Exactly.
Excuse me, keeper. Let's use the proper terminology.
Keeper, yes.
Keeper, I think you're.
But again, if they want to start marketing it or having the games have that Latin feel to it, and going and taking guys like an Adam Jones or Manny Machado and marketing the game and you could still market Bryce Harper and Mike Trout to the younger white crowd, but you're missing the boat. You're missing a golden opportunity with some of these other guys because baseball is very much a world game.
People forget that. You may have the best circuit here, but this isn't the only place that produces baseball talent.
Baseball's one of the great world games.
Mm-hmm.
You could make the argument that it is the ultimate world game. It doesn't take much to play baseball, you guys. Hockey is a world game, and hockey's able to survive.
Hockey really only exists on, let's call it 2.5 continents.
Yes, but it works out well. Mm-hmm. I mean, you've got the KHL working out well. You have the Swedish Premier Leagues working out well. There's a lot of other leagues in Europe too that do well for themselves. Baseball, I mean, you've got a decent league going on in Korea, in Japan. I mean, you've got the Dominican leagues going on and stuff like that.
Well, Venezuela, if the country gets back together, has a decent league.
But again, it doesn't take much to go out there and play baseball. You just need a field. You need a stick and you need a ball. That's all you really need. You don't need ice. You don't need pads. You don't need ice skates. I mean, arguably the only sport that's easier to do is basketball.
Soccer.
And soccer. Yeah, sorry. Football.
Football.
What else, you guys? Is there anything else that you guys can think of here to make baseball better than what it is right now?
Shot clock, man.
Pitch clock.
Yeah. Well, shot clock. Yeah. I'm not gonna be willing to cap the number of times a guy can throw over.
Yeah, I think that's dumb.
I'll tell you what, that is insignificant in the grand scheme of things.
Yes.
And then it'll once a base runner knows that LP used all of his.
Well, like the proposal in the Scott Miller article there on Bleacher Report was 3 per time until the guy advances to the next base.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could throw it. That guy could lead off with a single, and you can only stay there for all 3 outs.
And you can only throw 3 times.
Over 3 times.
I don't like that idea.
If that's like Billy Hamilton there, fuck that shit. I'm throwing over as many goddamn times as I need to keep him there.
Yeah. And I don't like how in that article too, for a home run derby at the end of the game or putting a man on second, I don't like neither one of those because obviously if they're trying to eliminate, make the game quicker. How many games
really go to extra innings?
Right, but if you're trying to eliminate the game and like make it go quicker, a home run derby is not going to make it go quicker. It's going to make it a lot longer.
I just equate the home run derby to the shootout in hockey. I don't like it.
Right.
I don't like settling a team game like that.
We've fought here for 3 hours to make this great game. Let's do something different.
Yeah. And then you think about for a home run derby at the end of the game, your guys are going to be tired as it is. I'm like, are you serious? Like nobody's going to be able to go out there and have a home run derby right after a game.
Giancarlo Stanton pulls muscle and back.
Yeah, exactly.
Home run derby, miss rest of season. Like no.
For me, it is definitely eliminating the DH or the pitcher batting in the National League. Bring the DH to both leagues. Get some offense going in both leagues.
And the thing is, like everybody knows, what is the most fun thing for most fans to watch in baseball? Home runs and
dingers and doubles, man.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it sucks. You have maybe a handful of pitchers in the National League who can do that, but 95% of them can't even hit out of the infield or hit the ball.
And I know it was controversial when Dorf said it a while ago, but limit the restrictions on performance enhancing drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Get rid of them.
Yep.
Guys want to, at the same time,
people want to see that Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa batting, for most home runs in a season. To be honest, who wouldn't want to see Bryce Harper, Manny Machado, Mike Trout? You could even say, Chris Davis going back, taking the steroids, hitting in 60, 70 home runs. Who wouldn't want to see those type of guys have a home run derby throughout the season to win that?
That was the last time baseball's peak exciting.
Yeah.
Sure.
The chase for, Maris is 61 and ultimately the home run duel between Sosa and McGwire.
Yeah.
Fuck, those guys are in the same division, man. Mm-hmm. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's a fun time. Fun time in baseball.
That was the last time you could say that was, you have the expression peak oil. That was peak excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since then, it's been
in baseball.
You could argue maybe 2004 when the Red Sox broke the curse.
In baseball, couldn't take advantage of that. They couldn't capitalize on that because they had to sit here. They had to sit there and bow down to the performance enhancing drug witch hunt that was happening. And look, did baseball?
They are technically illegal, man. You can't.
Well, the thing, I understand that, but there's some circumstances here where they're banning over-the-counter drugs from being used. Look, the legality of something, that's something that baseball cannot get around. Am I right though? I mean, there's certain things that are banned that are over the counter.
Oh yeah.
Why?
I have no idea.
What's the big deal? Is it? I mean, are we still? Is professional sports still under this mentality that every single player has to be a role model to kids? I think that's stupid.
It's ignorant to think that, even though that may not be the intention, it's ignorant to think that that's not how things will work. From that perspective, I get it. As in, you see some 10-year-old getting an internet connection and buying steroids for himself so he can be the next Giancarlo Stanton and fucking himself up.
The problem, though, Dorf, is...
Because that's what his role model does.
You know what, though? Parents need to step in, though. Parents need to step in. Parents need to do their...
I don't disagree with you.
Parents need to fucking do their jobs. You know what? It's baseball. It's baseball players' job to
Entertain us.
Make money, to make the game interesting. That's their job. It's the parents' job to do the parenting. Major League Baseball and its players shouldn't be responsible for parenting kids. And if that was the sense here, if we're looking at on-screen role models raising kids, then you know what? We better have a different outlook here on movies too.
Oh yeah,
and on TV shows. You know what? You can't like so-and-so. You can't like Brad Pitt because he shot Kevin Spacey in Seven, and he was a dickhead to him in the car on the way there. That's not how you treat people.
Yeah.
That's like almost saying that the Flintstones are bad because Fred is verbal abuse to Betty or what Wilma. I mean,
yeah, Wilma. And he was a dickhead to Barney.
Yeah.
I mean, what are we doing here? Do you ever hear the Flintstone fan theory?
No.
That was actually an apocalyptic setting.
World?
Yes. That was going on because all the stuff that they're using, like telephones and everything,
it's
like
all
that,
like dumbed down versions of
futuristic stuff. Yeah,
made out of stone.
And that the Jetsons were like the people,
that fucked it up and
exactly
and then,
were like living above the clouds.
Like the movie, then Flintstones meet the Jetsons. That kind of
yeah. You never heard that?
No, I never heard that.
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah.
But anyways,
I'm gonna do so much research now when I go home. I'm like, oh my gosh,
that's true. To be watching old.
Oh my god! I can't believe I didn't see this.
I'm going to. Because my mom has all the cartoon episodes of Flintstones. She's a huge Flintstones fan.
Just go on YouTube. And...
I know, but I'm just saying, I'll just borrow those. I can watch the movies.
I don't know. Anything else, you guys?
Not on this subject.
Right.
We can keep going on, but
make baseball great again.
You know what'll make baseball great again too?
Fucking make it fun. Stop making it stuffy.
You know what'll make it is having Dorf demonstrate his umpire
Come on, come on, Dorf. Come on. I want to hear this.
Come on, literally not happening.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
That's not happening.
Why? God, okay, how are you? Are you embarrassed to do it?
No.
Then why? You do it on the field?
There's no reason to do it.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
I'm good. Thank you.
Come on.
Not happening.
I got a 20 with your name on it if you do it.
Are you seriously going to give him a 20?
I'll give him a $20 bill.
No, Shawn.
Yes, come on.
You're not giving me $20.
$20?
$20? Are you serious?
God, I would do it.
And next week, I'll bring you 2 iced teas with it.
No.
Sweeten it with some sweet iced tea.
I know.
Hey, it's the pure leaf.
I know.
Extra sweet.
Yeah.
Because when you talk, sit here
so
and talk, so
it's
you a
basically
microphone for 2 hours.
Pure sugar.
Can I do that? Can I do my?
Well, I'll give.
When you're talking to a mic for 2 hours, the sugar's really nice.
You just do it for fun, so I know you do it. So I'm not going to give you any money. I'm not that dumb.
No, I'm not.
Come on,
God, Dorf.
Dude, that would have been a great exit to go out on that. You know. Come on.
Because that is not part of making baseball fun again.
Yeah, it is.
It is here.
Tim Tebow would do it.
Tim Tebow would do anything for attention.
I know, because all he does is win.
Don't you dare. That better not be. No.
What do you want? Do you want to do your out call?
Fine, let's do it. Nope, not.
Come on.
Nope, lesser of two evils.
Gator. He's a baller. He's a playmaker and a shot caller. In case you didn't know, I got T-Bone. He shattered the mold, and all he does is...
You know what? Is that the beginning of it?
He shattered the mold, and all he does is all he
You make it sound like Someone's is constipated and is trying to take a shit.
Well, we want to hear them demonstrate it so then we know how to do it next time.
I'm not.
Yeah, what's the correct way to do it?
Yeah, come on, Dorf.
There is no, like, correct way. There's a plethora of correct ways to do it.
Well, what's your correct way?
I'm not
What's your
showing you.
method?
Can you show us the right way and the wrong way?
You can see he's this guy.
No, I'm good. Thank you.
He's rubbing his Adam's apple while he's doing it.
You know how they have like a you know, like there's that little
Harmonica.
Yeah, the harmonica thing. You're like
Nope, not doing it.
No, that's not what you do?
Nope.
Come on.
Can you at least tell us where you warm up?
We're not.
Where do you warm up at? Do you warm up in your car?
Warm up.
No, I thought you said you
You
did.
said you did warm
No,
up.
I'm not just gonna sit here and do it though. Come on.
Well, where do you warm up? Do you warm up in your car? Do you warm up at the
I
dugout?
don't
do you
actually
do you
do
go
it.
down to the bullpen and do it next to them warming up while they're
That was a
getting before the game?
That was a fucking joke that you guys have taken seriously.
Do you
Now
go-
we're
do you-
going on what, an hour?
He gets behind the bullpen and he's behind the catcher. What the fuck was that?
It's that fucking umpire again that always does that.
Hey, I'll tell you what. It is a fairly regular occasion after the first strike call of the game that both dugouts are like, "Oh,
Come on.
All right,
quite
he's not
loud.
gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
You
He's
know
not
we're gonna
do it.
find whatever game you're gonna be umping, and we're gonna come and record it, and then you're not gonna know that we're
That's
there.
fine.
And then next time we're on the show,
I'm not doing it specifically for the show."
it's
right.
gonna be on the show.
Anyway.
And by the way,
Anyways,
you're gonna have to remember that for it because I think I'm actually done for the year. So
Well, we got next year.
You're done umpiring for the year?
I think so.
Aw.
Aww.
No.
I've reached my fill, and at this point, I'm getting sick of it. Which is never good.
I'm gonna call and make up a game.
I think he's
And
There's not. Let's put it this way: there's not enough good level baseball still around, and I've just had it up to above here with shit baseball. I can't stand to watch it anymore. I don't care if I'm getting paid to officiate it. I can't stand it.
If you were doing a T-ball game, would you still have your same outcalls?
Probably not.
He's that coach's pitch. The ball's like above the head.
Because
Making the kids cry.
I have
The catcher just takes off running towards center field. He's scared shitless.
I have made a kid cry before.
Have you?
Yes.
For what?
Calling him out very loudly at first base.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How old was he?
I think he was 12.
6.
Oh, really?
Well, apparently,
It's
Man up, son.
It's
I
T-ball. He's rounding first base, and the ball's like back at home. You're out! Now go home, you little bitch!
No, he was 12, and I was told by his coach he apparently cries about everything. He probably wasn't mad at me. He was mad he got out.
Making kids cry. How do you feel, Dorf? What a jerk.
Indifferent.
What a jerk.
Anyways, well, since Dorf isn't going to do that for us, Tim Tebow is our new badass music here. So
Are you serious?
yeah,
All right.
okay. And plus, Tim Tebow's a badass too. Dorf, who's your badass this week?
My badass this week is actually going to be James Harden. Getting paid.
I like
Take it.
what Dorf said. Are you serious?
Yeah, I said that. No, James Harden is my badass this week. You know, I'm all about guys like we've kind of discussed here time and time again. I'm all about athletes getting paid because you know what, professional sports isn't real life, and maximize that income while you can. You know what? Because it could all be gone tomorrow. So you know what? Richest contract in. It's not professional sports history. Giancarlo Stanton still has that by a mile and will probably not be taken down until, next year when Bryce Harper's a free agent. But richest contract in the history of the NBA. Okay, I'm done. You can take over.
All right, Shawn.
Since it's been beat up on Dorf here for the last 20 minutes, it seems like.
But only if you would have done your...
I'm not going to do it.
If you would have done it, it wouldn't have been so bad.
No.
Oh, my gosh. All right, my badass...
Then it's going to be like a drop or you're going to make me do it on demand. I'm putting my foot down.
Oh, it's going to be a drop. Trust me. Just trust me. It will be a drop sooner or later.
No, it won't.
Wink! Wink!
No, it's not.
Shawn, who's your badass?
All right, my badass, I'm going to go with the Houston Astros. You know, they hit 60 win games
60
before the
wins.
All-Star game. They've scored 527 runs this season already. That is
Isn't
ridiculous.
like the second team like 60 runs behind them?
They 16 and a half.
No. Second team in scoring in the AL.
Aren't
they
it's
like
something
60 runs back?
It's something ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know.
The Astros legitimately will score 1,000 runs this year.
So, and especially going out on the last game before the All-Star game, they won 19-1 today against the Blue Jays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous. So now with Houston Astros and the Los Angeles Dodgers are the first two teams since, was it 60s, early 60s, when it was the Cubs and Orioles to be 60 win games before the All-Star game.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very impressive with this young core.
Aren't the Astros something like 61 or 62 and like 24?
They are 60 and 29.
Jesus.
And then then you look at the Dodgers, who are 61 and 29.
The Dodgers doing that without a bullpen.
Yeah.
Cow!
And the Dodgers have scored almost 70 or 60 runs less than them.
Hey man, fighting Cody Bellingers.
My baddest this week, Stan Van Gundy. Again, taking advantage of Danny Ainge's situation.
negligence?
Yep. And then stealing away Avery Bradley. So, loved it. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see Avery Bradley play in a Pistons uniform, and hopefully they can, everything goes well and they can re-sign him. Long-term deal.
All right.
Anyways, though, moving along to our bitches this week. Dorf, go ahead.
All right, my bitch this week, I actually haven't mentioned it since the pre-show. So, my bitch this week is Miguel Cabrera.
Oh.
The Detroit Tigers. That is my hometown club. Keep that in mind. For bitching about, we don't like, we're humans too. We don't like hearing trade rumors. Well, guess what? When you have a fucking $200 million payroll and you're, 10 games below, about to be 11 games below 500 after tonight, going into the All-Star break, and when you have a bunch of veterans on expiring deals, you shouldn't be surprised when your name is dangled in trade rumors, considering how woefully underperforming you and the rest of your team are. So, Miguel, STFU.
Shawnee Poo.
I am actually going to go with the entire NBA.
Wow.
Everything is just going crazy. They're
Is the
setting
focal
themselves.
part of this the Tim Hardaway contract for you?
Tim Hardaway contract, it's just stupid. There's going to be a strike, no doubt about it. It's like, especially with Harden's contract for an extension of $318 million for an extension.
$573,323.
It's starting to get out of
regular
control.
Season game.
It really is. It's just, what's next? Who's the next one to be signed to some ridiculous contract?
Think about that. The highest paid players in the NFL make less than that. Not
Right.
much less per
Right.
game. They play 16 times a year. James
Yeah.
Harden plays 82.
Yes. It's getting out of control.
All right. My bitch this week is Dan Gilbert. Getting rid of the GM that brought you a championship.
And 4 Street Finals appearances?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, he was only on the job for 3 of them.
And then going and lowballing Chauncey Billups. Not a good look for you, Dan Gilbert. I'm starting to think that you may be...
Sick of winning championships. And
Yeah. What the hell is the what are you trying to do? I used to want you to go and buy the Detroit Tigers. I don't know if I want you buying the Detroit Tigers anymore. I think
Cubes.
I think I kind of want you staying clear of the Detroit Tigers now.
Mr. Cuban.
Yes, I would love Mark.
Oh, that would be
But
awesome.
Mark Cuban.
talking about making shit fun again.
I know.
Get the cubes in baseball.
Oh my god, you
He's
have
the king of the in-stadium promotion, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it would be great. Imagine Tigers games with Mark Cuban as the owner.
Like
That would be
fucking
amazing.
Fireworks, literally in the stands every game.
Do they have fireworks when somebody hits a home run in Tiger Stadium, or they just do the
No.
stupid water
Just
fountain?
the water. Well, they don't even do the water fountain that much
fountain
anymore.
They don't?
No, it's just a rawr. Well, actually,
Yeah.
wait, they've gone to the horn though, don't they?
They have like a little horn, but they don't. They once in a while they'll do the fountain.
Oh my
Once in a
god,
while.
I would. The first thing I would do is I'd
They've
get
got like the Joe Louis horn.
I'd get the
and then when
fireworks.
The guy touches home plate, the tiger growl.
no, the horn is good. I like the
I like
horn.
the horn. I love the Toronto Blue Jay foghorn.
Yes,
Great.
and it has to be a foghorn too. In fact, I hope when the Red Wings move into Little Caesars Arena, I know they're probably still going to have the Joe Louis Arena goal horn going. But man, if they get the fog horn going,
I love a fog horn.
the deep,
Yeah, like shake the whole stadium deep. Yeah.
See what the Capitals do is they get the combination going. They get the deep goal horn, and then they get the woo 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 woo. Yeah, that's what they do.
That's pretty cool.
You know what? I know this isn't the Detroit show.
Let's make baseball fun again with home run horns.
Ooh.
What about home run music too?
Yeah.
You know what? Another thing too. I got to write to the Red Wings about this.
What's that?
Can we get rid of the Hockey Town bullshit too?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Can we get rid of that?
Hasn't been true for going on
Can we
a
get rid
decade.
of it? I mean, I don't care if it's true or not. I just want to get rid of it because it's over.
It was a very nice marketing ploy in the 90s.
For like the past 20 years. Anyways.
It worked well into the early 2000s.
Anyways,
It's been a kind of running joke since then.
Are we done? Are we done with everything here? Anything else? No, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and get into a little Would You Rather this week. Would you rather say, Shawn, Dorf, LeVar Ball is ultimately good for the NBA?
Yes.
I don't think he will be.
No.
No, I really think that, first off, this segment should be this or that.
Whatever.
And, no,
Would you rather say LeVar Ball is good for the NBA?
No, I don't think he will be. Because I know, you know what, as Shawn kind of alluded to, it's already kind of turning into a circus.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only reason why I say yes. Because
LeVar Ball is the king rodeo clown.
Mm-hmm. And that's the only why I'm saying yes, because he fits in perfect. It is, and the NBA is becoming a shit show and a circus, and LeVar Ball is perfect for it right now. If you were saying, 10 years ago, hell no. But nowadays basketball, yeah.
I love LeVar Ball. I do. I love the antics.
He's entertaining.
I love the whole, the heel aspects to it. I do. I like it. I'm not saying I'd like it for my team, but but
it's entertaining. It's keeping it
yes,
going.
It is.
That's the only reason why I think he's good for it.
It reminds me of like a Bobby Heenan type of thing, or a Paul Bearer or Paul Heyman,
or some like Dennis Rodman kind of going
type of thing. Where you have the mouthpiece for somebody, the mouthpiece manager going out there and talking for the
Do
guy.
you need to get Carlos Guillen a job again, or not Carlos Guillen? Jose Guillen.
Oh my God! I would love that's something else.
Bring baseball back. There
yes,
we go.
Get Jose Guillen a job somewhere.
Just don't put him in Miami, where after he said, "Oh, Castro's pretty cool."
Yeah.
Just don't give him a job.
Oh jeez.
Castro had it all right. He had it figured out. People respected him.
Of the worst things you could possibly say,
His Castro is misunderstood.
Castro's not that bad.
Jose Guillen.
Oh man, would you guys want Jose Guillen in Detroit?
No.
No, I think he's a buffoon as a manager. I just think it'd be funny to have him back in. Or get him a weekly... you should get him a daily segment on, like, MLB Network. Like the whole, Come On Man segment on NFL Live.
Yeah.
Imagine bringing him...
Jose Guillen every day.
Imagine bringing him into New York for the Mets and then having Tim Tebow come up.
All right, let's keep this going. Would you rather say Joel Embiid should have been fined by the NBA for saying "fuck LeVar Ball" on Instagram? Is that something the NBA needs to be getting involved with there?
I understand.
I say yes, but he has all the rights to say that.
He's not wrong.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's not wrong about it, but yes, obviously, you're technically supposed to be a role model, blah, blah, blah. Like, Draymond Green getting fined for stupid stuff that he did all the time,
I think Draymond Green's great, though, for the NBA.
Exactly, but I'm just saying...
He's the best supervillain.
Right, yes, he should be fined, but you know what? He has all the right to stay because he's being honest and telling the truth.
You know what? He's not wrong, but at the same time, you have to maintain standards because then somebody says something truly vulgar and then you can't fine him for it or you can't penalize him for it.
I want to see Draymond Green come out to the NWO theme.
Or the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack were good guys, technically. I want to see him. I want to see the old NWO thing.
Yeah.
Coming out with the sunglasses.
No, he should come out and then have like Kevin Nash and like Scott Steiner or somebody. Scott Hall, you know, Hulk Hogan coming out right behind him. How awesome that would be.
All right. Would you rather say the Cubs should sell for the future or another quick... excuse me. Let me reword that. Would you rather say the Cubs should sell for the future at another quick shot of the World Series or stand pat with the next crop of players coming up through the minors?
Oh, man.
I think they should sell for the future.
Or no.
Or I mean sell for the stick with what
Stand
they
pat.
stick with what they got, see what they can produce with them. Obviously, you know, they got their World Series ring. Obviously, you can tell this year's not working out as much with the same, most of the. Basically, it's almost the same players besides Dexter Fowler, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so
I would argue buy for the now, and don't be afraid to flip some of the guys off your roster to make that happen.
Okay.
You have the type of talent throughout your minor league system and the young controllable talent in the big league team that you can buy guys with control left. Like,
Good way of looking at it.
go and do that.
Okay.
Don't get rentals. Don't settle for rentals. Go get that guy that is still controllable. It's about to get too expensive for a small market team, but it may cost you a guy off your big league roster. It may cost you Kyle Schwarber is not a left fielder, and you're going to have to play him there for the coming eons. Get rid of him before he's spoiled goods.
What about looking at it like...
Get rid of him is the wrong term. Use him as an asset in a trade to shore up your roster for the year now and for the years to come.
I mean, can't you look at it like this, too? I mean, they have good young pieces in the minor leagues where they
an excellent minor league
system. Where they just say, you know what?
That's what happens when you're A, you're bad forever.
Yeah.
And B, your ownership isn't afraid to spend on international free agents.
I mean, can they just say, too, you know what, this year sucked, but we have a nice crop of young players coming up that next year's another year. We can go and try it again next year. And
They need young rotation pieces. About the only one in the system that you would argue rotation-wise is worth a damn is an A-ball.
Okay.
He's like 19 or 20, Dylan Cease, and he's an A-ball. He's a ways away. You ain't going to be able to wait around for him to be ready.
All right. And finally...
But Kyle, to that point, Kyle Schwarber is the perfect piece to flip for a starter with controllability.
And that's the rumor going on right now, correct?
Yeah.
yes.
That
Not necessarily Schwarber, but that's what they're interested in.
Okay. And finally, would you rather say with the addition of Gordon Hayward, the Celtics are the biggest threat to the Cavs in the East?
Was the only threat to the Cavs in the East.
No Toronto, no Washington.
Yeah, Washington. I don't think Toronto.
What about the Sixers? The process.
Are we talking just in the 17?
This upcoming season?
Sixers have got to play together for more than 5 minutes before I'm willing to crown them a threat.
These young players have played together for...
Hey, let's see if Joel Embiid can stay healthy.
Okay.
Before we start crowning them the next champion. Or the next potential threat.
Are the Sixers a playoff team?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, come on. There's no talent left in the East. Yeah. Of course there are. They could be 5 games below 500 and be the 5 seed.
So you'd say it's a disappointment if the Sixers do not make the playoffs.
Absolutely. Yes. It's disappointing. It's almost disappointing if they're not hosting a series.
All right, stupid shit of the week. This again. I love some of the shit that Deadspin puts out there. And I love their title. Look at this fucking shit, which fits with our whole thing here with stupid shit of the week. And there is this Miami-based company. What are they called? Panurol?
It's not
Defensor.
It's not Balco.
No, it's a company. They say that promises to improve your child's soccer abilities through DNA sequencing of his or her genome. So it looks like there's a video too. So do you guys want to hear the video?
Yes.
As long as it's not in Portuguese.
Let's hear it.
When our children play, we are their biggest fans. When they fail, we are the first to be there for them. Order your DNA test on soccergenomics.com And with a saliva sample, a genetic analysis will be performed to generate a personalized report that will help improve player development and benefit their health and well-being. Discover your genetic blueprint. Let Soccer Genomics guide you.
I don't understand how that helps develop your athlete. Your kid will probably have by his 40th birthday, will likely have knee issues.
Can they?
He's probably genetically predisposed to kidney disease.
If they can do this with soccer, why aren't they doing this with all the other sports?
It'd be one thing if you were doing gene splicing and gene therapy.
How are they getting these genes? I want to know. I'm like, what? Like, I'm confused. Where are they getting this stuff at?
What do you mean? They're not splicing new genes in. They're just essentially taking a genetic scan of you and saying, "Oh yeah,
right." That's what I'm saying.
Probably how big your kid's going to be when he grows up.
Right. So where they're getting this saliva, he says.
You pay them lots of money to take it from you. I think that's the idea.
Yeah.
We're gonna go find some homeless people.
Your kid will probably be between the height of 5'9" and 6'7".
And when he's born, he's gonna be 5'10".
Anyways, moving along, fan question of the night, James Harden or Steph Curry, who deserves their big money contract more? Anything, guys?
I voted publicly. My vote has been cast for the Stephen Curry.
Yeah, by far Steph Curry, because Steph Curry does way more for his team than what James Harden does. And James Harden, first of all, he can shoot, no doubt about it, but he shoots like 100 shots a game, does not play defense, and can't really pass the ball or dribble the ball as good as Steph Curry does, and Steph Curry's a leader. That's the thing. He leads that team. That team wouldn't be anything if it wasn't for Steph Curry.
James Harden thinks defense is voluntary.
Yeah.
Steph Curry can break ankles
yes.
with his crossover.
Yes.
Including his own ankles.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. I don't see... Like, I think what we were saying in the last show, that LeBron James came out and said that Steph Curry was worth more than what he's being paid right now, and I think LeBron James is absolutely correct. Steph Curry has also delivered 2 championships to the Golden State Warriors. How many championships has James Harden delivered to the Houston Rockets?
0.
Bagel.
And does anybody here believe that the Houston Rockets are going to be a threat?
No.
To the Warriors next season?
No.
I think it's kind of... I almost think it's kind of asinine to think that. But anyways, just going and getting CP3, fine. It would have been cool getting CP3 5 years ago, not now. And now they're talking about going all in on trying to acquire Carmelo Anthony from the Knicks.
So they're trying to be, a big three. I mean, like a 3-team, like how Miami did with LeBron, Wade, and Bosh back in the day. And
it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Look, you know
That's
what?
I'm saying.
If you put Melo on the Cavaliers, I think that works out better because you have a player in LeBron James that will definitely make you better. I don't think it's safe to say that a guy like James Harden is going to make anybody better out on the floor. I think you put Carmelo Anthony in with the Warriors, I think Carmelo works out better there. If you want to put Carmelo Anthony in Greg Popovich's system in San Antonio, I think it might work out better. I just fail to believe that it's going to work out well with Houston. So, anyways, I'm going to go with Steph Curry as well. Finish things out tonight with the TMSNX Extra News. Jermichael Finley says, leaving the NFL is hard, but coming back could be harder. And this has to do with Zach Orr announcing he hopes to return to the NFL after just 5 months from retiring after suffering a congenital spine condition. He goes on to say through this Deadspin article here, just talking, he was a phone interview with one of the guys there with Dom Cosentino. I invite everybody to go and read it. We'll go ahead and have a link up to it on the website. He just goes on and he talks about, because Jermichael Finley had to retire at the age of 27. Was it due to concussions? I believe it was.
He had a concussion and a serious neck injury in like a 4-week span. And then hung it up afterwards.
And it makes you wonder, too, whether or not it's worth it to come back and try to give it a go around in the NFL, especially when you have a spine issue. I mean, do you want to risk the rest of your life for 2 more seasons in the NFL?
And think about it. You got to think about your family too.
Exactly.
It's like I'm pretty sure he has kids. So it's like, do you want to be able to move around and do stuff with the kids, or do you want to be in a wheelchair and be crippled and not do what you really want to do just for a few more stints, weeks could be, in the NFL one more time? I
think, and because of that, Shawn, for what you just said, I think a guy like Calvin Johnson, I think you really have to respect the decision that he made. Look, Calvin Johnson said, I mean, I think winning had something to do with it as well, but Calvin Johnson doesn't want to be, using a walker, or using a cane when when he's in his 40s or 50s. He wants to be able to walk and not have it hurt all the time, or not have to deal with CTE at some point later on in life. He may still have to do that because he's played football, a good amount of time still, but hanging it up now, I'm sure limits that or lessens that probability that something like that were to happen. Moving along here, let's see. Because Gordon Hayward left Utah, some Philly writers nervous about Markelle Fultz leaving the Sixers in 8 years.
Essentially control him for 8 years.
Well, he's worried about it.
Worry about that when the time
how about you worry? In 7 years, start worrying about it.
If some writer from Philly.com, he says at some point perhaps
somebody really, really, really must have been searching for something to write about that.
Because at some point perhaps just as the Sixers are on the verge of ascending to the highest level, Embiid, then Sargic, then Simmons, and then Fultz will have the opportunity to become unrestricted free agents when they are around 27. That's the reality of the NBA. The Sixers could do everything
right. They're all like 21 or younger.
The Sixers could do everything right to build an upper echelon team, and one day, through no fault of their own, it could fall apart because of the whims of 1 or 2 players. Just ask the Utah Jazz about what happened with Gordon Hayward. Okay, you know what happened with Gordon Hayward? He was on a Jazz team that was going nowhere. That's what happened with Gordon Hayward. Want to ask what happened with Kevin Durant in Oklahoma City? He gave it 8 years. 8 years for them to try to win something, and it didn't happen. So he thought, you know what? Might as well go and see what I can do with Steph Curry and Draymond Green. And
you should be more worried about Markelle Fultz limping off with a leg injury yesterday.
Exactly. Be worried about that sprained ankle. Don't be worried about what he's going to be doing in 7 years. To me, that's
probably might not even make it that long.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, exactly. There's other things to worry about from now until then, and injuries is one of them. Let's see here. Let me bring this up. Univision is going to go ahead and defend. You know what? Where's my? I put the wrong link in there. God damn it! Can you try to?
Come on.
Does anybody else have it up?
I said that was the right link.
Yeah.
I used it to open it.
You did?
Did you click on the wrong one?
Oh, you know what? I think I did. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the right link, dude.
Okay.
Come on!
Yeah, I was clicking on the wrong one.
Yeah, I have it up right now, too.
Sorry. Thanks for backing me up, though, you guys. Let's see. Univision, since it will fight the new defamation lawsuit against Deadspin, because as we know now, Deadspin is owned by Univision, and it came after the auction when Gawker Media went and liquidated all of its assets, which included Deadspin itself. After they were
they had their pants sued off.
Yep, they had their pants sued off by
Hulk.
Hulk Hogan, and this comes from Awful Announcing. As Awful Announcing reported last month, Deadspin and its parent companies are being sued again, this time by RJ Bell of Pregame.com, who says he was defamed by a 2016 feature about his site. According to the Wall Street Journal, Deadspin owner Univision will fight the lawsuit in which Bell is seeking more than $10 million.
Damages.
Yep. And the quote says, "We believe this lawsuit is without merit, and we will contest it vigorously." David Ford, a spokesman for Univision's Fusion Media Group, told the Wall Street Journal in an email Wednesday. Mr. Ford said Univision also will defend the author of the Deadspin story, freelance journalist Ryan Goldberg, who has been sued individually. The lawsuit is likely making Univision sweat a bit given that Bell is being represented by Charles Harder, who represented Hulk Hogan in the Peter Thiel-funded lawsuit that took down Gawker Media last year. The Deadspin story in question, written by freelancer Ryan Goldberg, alleges that pregame.com, which sells betting picks from professional handicappers, profits off customers' gambling losses through relationships with sports books. Bell's lawsuit contains a variety of complaints, but the crux is that Goldberg's story contains numerous false, fabricated, fictitious, and outright libelous statements about plaintiffs and their business practices. The difference here is that in terms of the defense, is that you're facing off against Univision. You're not facing off against Gawker Media. You're facing off against Univision. And Univision is a partner with, I think, just themselves.
In Gawker?
It's Telemundo that's partnered with NBC Universal.
Yes.
So I think Univision is a little bit of a bigger entity than Gawker is. So Univision will probably be able to fight this a little bit better than Nick Denton
They're not
was.
going to run out of money.
Yeah, than Nick Denton was in the Gawker Media thing that ended up ending Gawker.
Well, at the same time, Univision's it's a $10 million, asked for $10 million lawsuit. What was Hulk Hogan's asked like 110?
Something like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger pile of cash.
Yeah, and they took down not just Gawker, they took down the author of that article as well.
Denton as well.
Yeah. Denton didn't write the article. They took down.
Right, you're right.
They took down the other guy who.
I forget who it was.
Yeah, they were liquidating any asset that he had left, and he came.
It's still not enough.
Yeah, he came out and said, he's like, "Look, the only thing I have left is a rice cooker. I don't have anything. You guys took everything else." Anyways, finally, Busted Coverage has let us know how awful Jeff Fisher was at coaching. And this comes via Zach Cox of NESN. And he says here, remember Jeff Fisher's challenge flag fiasco at Gillette last year? Here it is mic'd up from the new All or Nothing season. Let's make sure that
on Amazon Prime.
Get right foot down, heel in, left foot down. There's no flag yet from Jeff Fisher. I want to review this. I want to challenge this. Go ahead, put it. Yeah, well, I got my flag. What? My Jack, I want to challenge it. Now he's reaching for it, I think. Really? Look. It's in that winner field. He's yeah, I got it pocket here. He had to go and tell the official he wanted to challenge it. He's trying to dig it out, and he couldn't find it. I want to challenge this. I challenge the rolling on the field. Yeah, I want to challenge rolling on the field. I think he's in. Okay, thank you.
I think he said?
Yeah, no, I didn't either. I changed jackets. I don't know. Cool. This is how it's going for the Rams. Did somebody go get it? No, I got it here. It's in a fucked up pocket right here.
he's still looking at you guys. Yeah, fine.
I've seen this video. I was laughing.
Oh, there he is. He found it.
No, it's good. That was fucking bizarre. I didn't know. I always have it in my back pocket, and I put a new jacket on. I stuck it in the fucking pocket. He couldn't find it.
Oh, geez.
Poor Jeff Fisher.
Have you seen the video of him telling the coaching staff and his team that he's being fired?
No. I want to, though.
It's onions, man.
Why? What happens?
Oh, dude, the players were a little more upset than the coaches. Only one coach really showed any emotion and got one dude walked up to he was in the coaches meeting room, walked up to the front, and shook his hand. After saying, I'll do everything I can to make sure you all have jobs next year somewhere, and if you ever need anything from me, I'll at any time of the day, I'll still do whatever I can for you. Because this isn't on you. This is on me. This shouldn't be, preventing any of you from being employed in this game the rest of your lives. And just, wow. And only one guy stood up. At the same time, it was probably more due to shock than anything else. But at the same time, the players were just flabbergasted. Got fired. Sure, it's never great.
No, it's not. It's tough business. It's professional sports.
It's professional life, man.
But Jeff Fisher, I thought, held on much longer with the Rams in St. Louis and then in LA than he should have. Guy was an awful head coach. He was living on like 3 good seasons out of
Tennessee,
out of like a 16-year career or something.
That was back in the day when they had Williams and White as their running backs.
Yeah, it was awful. Anyways,
Matt Hasselbeck.
anything else, you guys?
Nope.
All right, that's going to do it this week for the Majors Live episode 295 here on TMSNX Radio. TheMajors.net. Again, make sure you give us your money. Patreon.com.
When I do the Patreon plug on
the Majors,
the Motor City and Cut Show, it's a lot more friendly than that. And where's our money, bitch?
Okay. No, I like Adam's version better.
Okay,
he's more blunt about it.
Please give us your money.
Just give us your damn money. That's all we're saying.
Patreon.com/the Majors. Head on over there, check everything out, and with your generous donation, we can
keep buying new equipment. Maybe an air conditioner. It's a little less loud.
Yeah, perhaps,
maybe
make that donation.
It's assuming Shawn doesn't spend it all on hookers and blow.
So,
Like you say that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah. Wait a second here.
All right. So for Dorf, Shawn, I'm Adam. Bye for now, everybody.